Everybody, welcome back to the kitchen, and it is a wet and rainy Saturday afternoon, and it has been quite a while, but I think it's time for a Temu haul. So let's dive into some Temu treasure. Temu has sponsored today's video, and I want to thank them for that. They did send me some of the stuff that you're going to see, the majority of the things that you're going to see. Temu did send me in a big package. However, there is one item that they did not send me that I bought with my own money because I have purchased things from them myself, because I have got to share this with you, because if you don't go to Temu and buy this, you are crazy. Just from a financial perspective, it is just outstanding. So without further ado, today I have a variety of things that you would use in everyday life, mostly in your kitchen. But honestly, this stuff is just fun and very, very useful. It's a grocery bag holder. Everyone needs one of these. This is like a heavy duty vinyl, and it has a little nylon strap at the top. This comes with a little hook that sticks to the wall, and then you just pop your bags in the top. You pull them out from the bottom. It keeps them nice and neat. It keeps them out from underneath your kitchen sink. Hi everyone, I just wanted to pop in real quick before we moved on with the remainder of the video and let you know, if you're not familiar with Temu, that Temu can be considered your online superstore. They offer everything that you can think of. They're like, you check it when you're checking everywhere else. If you're going to want to check Temu too. They have great prices, they have low prices, and they have all kinds of They offer all kinds of everything. Everything from women's, men's, children's clothing. They offer everything from household, kitchen, automotive. They have great organizational things. They have fantastic crafting items. You know that I'm really big into crochet, and they have really fantastic crochet items. And yes, they even sell yarn. Anything that maybe you want to reorganize your refrigerator or your kitchen cabinets, or maybe you just want to reorganize your laundry room or give your bathroom a little bit of an overhaul or give it a lift. It's time, maybe you can do that all on Temu for a really low price. I redecorated my guest room, and I did it on a budget, and it looks beautiful. So consider doing that. Temu has a really great return policy, 90 days and no questions asked, and they're really great about it. They have great customer service, and they also offer pay services like Klarna and Afterpay. So consider those things too. And they have a really great offer for you this time. Our friends at Temu have offered up a little bit of a different discount this time, and this one's especially for first-time Temu app users. You're going to need to download the Temu app, and you can easily do that by opening up your camera application, centering it on the QR code in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and then tapping on the screen, downloading the app, and then it's easy from there. You're going to click on the U in the bottom of the center of the screen. Then you're going to click on coupons and offers. Then you're going to enter your coupon code, which is sale 3846. And then you're going to apply my offer. And that was going to give you 50% off your first purchase on the app within 1 hour of downloading the app. And this is really good for you because 50% off their already low prices is really an amazing deal. So next up, we have, this is like an herb saver. And this, like if you buy fresh herbs, like let's say you buy a bunch of fresh basil, not like the kind that you get in the hydroponic thing at the grocery store, but if you just buy a bunch of fresh basil and you want to bring it home and put it in a little bit of water and trim it. So this is what you would do. This comes off the top like this. You would put your basil in here, and then you would kind of stuff it in there pretty good, and then you would put this back on. This is a pretty sturdy piece of equipment. So I know it's a little plastic thing, but you know, it's okay. So you put the herbs in there, like your basil or your dill or what have you. And then on the back here, there's a little spout. you just take this plastic little plug out, and then you fill it with water, not too much, just like up to here. And then that's gonna keep the herbs fresh, and you put it in your refrigerator, and then you just keep the water in there, and it's gonna keep them fresh a lot longer, and they're not gonna get slimy. You're not gonna have to roll them up in paper towel and put them in your crisper drawer. What's next? Oh, this. I think everyone should have one of these. And if you are a crocheter or a knitter, this is a must to have in your project box. This is a clothing shaver. This just runs on a couple of batteries, and it takes the pilling off of your clothing. Like if you have sweaters, or if you have clothes that have a little pillage on them after being laundered over and over again. But if, like I said, if you are a fiber artist, and you know, after you make a garment or a blanket or something, you know, after you work with something for a little bit, sometimes you can get a little pillage. One of these takes all that fuzz right off and makes your garment or your blanket look beautiful. I have a bunch of icing tips. These are very cool. This set here is, I got these in particular because they are like jumbo, and I couldn't resist. Now look, you guys know that I do cakes occasionally for people that I love. And, you know, Rick tells them, you got to be on the list. You know, people will say, I didn't know you did cakes. And Rick says, you got to be on the list. So it's kind of a way of saying, well, you know, if I don't love you, you know, if I don't love you, you don't get a cake. It's like, okay. But there's a tip stuck in there, and I can't get it out, but that's okay. These tips are really great. Icing tips are not cheap sometimes, but these are really nice, and these were very inexpensive. The reason that I got this set was because of this particular tip right here. This is a jumbo leaf tip. These are almost hard to come by. And when I saw this set and I saw this tip, I knew I had to have it. Not to mention this one, this particular tip gives a little swirly kind of application when you put the icing through it, and it's got this extra large rose tip, so, or petal tip. So I was excited to see that. And then I got this set, which is just another set. It's a very large collection of basic icing tips. This is a nice starter set, and it also comes with a couple of disposable bags. Then this set is, these are a couple of filler tips. So if you want to like fill donuts or cupcakes, you can use these to fill your donuts or cupcakes with custard or jam or whatever kind of filling you want to. So check down below for the pricing on these. Like I said, sometimes these things can fluctuate, and so you want to make sure that you get the up to the minute pricing on that stuff. So just be sure to check that out. Next up is these little cord holders, which I think are super cute, but I think that everybody needs some. I think that I needed some, and that's why I got them. So I'm thinking if I need some, you probably need some. I'm going to use one of these. Next to my bed, I have a hanging, we have hanging lights next to either side of our bed because I hate lamps, and I've decided that lamps suck in my house. So we've pretty much gone to really nice hanging lights because they're out of the way. They don't take up any room, and they just work better for us. But the cords, this is going to hold the cord back up on the wall. Even though I have a command hook that holds up part of the cord, the other part of the cord keeps flopping. So I'm going to use this. This is super cute. I love how kitschy it is, and you get a whole bag of 8 of them, and I think they're like $2. So it comes, they're little sticky on the back. You can even decide maybe you're going to use like a command strip on the back instead if you want to remove it, and you're just going to use that to hold your cord back. And I just think they're cute, and because I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, this just reminds me of that. So why not, right? Life's too short not to have a little bit of fun. And, you know, maybe I'm just experiencing my second childhood. I don't think I ever really grew up, so that's all right. Life's too short to grow up all the way, all the time, because life is just, you know, life is hard. So you've got to find the fun where you can find it. All right, look. You can never have too many of these. These little silicone spatulas are super duper affordable. I use these all the time, whether it's spreading mayonnaise on a sandwich, getting mayonnaise out of the almost empty jar. You know the jars, like, you know your kids? This jar is empty. No, there's enough mayonnaise in that jar to make 2 more bowls of tuna. No, there's not. Yes, there is. Let me show you. And then there's like so much mayonnaise still left in the jar. So this is how you get it all out, because I paid for all that mayonnaise, and especially in this economy, if I'm paying $5 for a dang jar of mayonnaise, I'm going to use every opportunity to get every last minute drop out of the jar. And this is how I do it. So these you can get from Temu. You can get them individually. You can get them in sets of 2 or 3. And make sure that you're paying attention when you order them, okay? Because you have to pay attention. You're either buying 1, or you're buying 3, or you're buying 2. You're not buying a whole set. So, and when you buy them, sometimes you don't get a choice of what color you get. You have to make sure you're paying attention. But I think I bought 1 of each color. Anyway, it doesn't matter to me what color I'm using. My kitchen is just kind of a mishmash at this point. I used to have all yellow stuff, but then, you know, it's like, whatever.
And they're hefty too.
They really are. These have a nice kind of metal
shank.
They do. Yeah. Shank, yes, that's exactly what it is. And it goes up into the flexible silicone top, and this is going to help you get all of that goodness out of whatever. If you're scraping a bowl of brownie batter or cookie dough, or if you're scraping that jar of mayonnaise, or you're trying to get the last bits out of a jar, whatever. These are great, but honestly, you can never have too many of these. So these go bye-bye in the box, but check those out. And like I said, if you have questions, check the description box down below where you can find links and prices to all of these items that I'm sharing with you. These are magnets that go on your dishwasher. So I don't know how we ended up, you know, this far into our marriage without having one of these. We just got this, right? So this one side is clean and one side says dirty. We just started using this about, what, 2 months ago? And still, he forgets to flip it over. Because Rick is the dishwasher king in our house. I got this one for my daughter, Molly. I think I have another one somewhere. This is a corn peeler. This is a tool that takes the corn off the cob. Molly, for a couple of years, had braces on, but she couldn't eat corn off the cob because of her braces, so she always cut the corn off the cob. But now she still cuts the corn off the cob, and she doesn't eat it off the cob ever. So I bought her this. This shaves the corn right off the cob, and you can see how deep that, you see how deep that is. It cuts the corn right off the cob. This is really great. Like when I make my corn chowder and stuff, that's probably why I bought one for myself. Because I usually just use a knife and I cut the corn off the cob. I've never had a problem with that. Molly usually does that too, but I thought this might make it a little easier for her. The next thing I have is a little odd, but I'm telling you right now, it's just a little dowel. It's really like a little rolling pin. They're calling this like a dumpling rolling pin, but honestly, I have in my kitchen drawer a little piece of a closet dowel rod that Rick cut off for me that I use all the time, only because it fits in my hand, it makes quick work, and it's just the perfect size when I don't want to use my giant rolling pin. In fact, the one that he cut me, it probably is half this size, and I love it. But I got this one because it's a little bit thinner, and I think that it will help me roll out just a little bit thinner, like if I want to do tortillas that are super thin. So that's why I got this. This was, again, really inexpensive. These, I'm going to tell you what, these were an interesting find. These are stainless steel cutting boards, and they may not be everyone's first choice. You know,
good and hefty
they
too.
are good and hefty, and stainless steel may not be something you want to cut with with your good knives, but honestly, these are really beautiful. They came in 3 sizes. I'll be sure and have my representative leave the pricing down in the information box below, and it'll be fine, and you'll be able to see how much everything is. So these, I think these are a really great addition to your kitchen. I think they would make a great gift. I think maybe you'll see these come up in another video sometime soon, and they have some real heft to them. All right, next up we've got this personal smoothie blender. This is fun because this doesn't take batteries, and for all you folks who are sending your kids off to college, this might be a fun thing to include in their dorm package. This charges with a USB cord, so they can plug it into their laptop to charge it, and it makes a little personal smoothie, and so they can just take the lid off, put some frozen fruit in here, and then they can go ahead and put their milk or their yogurt or whatever, their juice, and pop the lid on. And then I believe that I have used one of these similar items before in the past. I've made a mango lassi and something similar, and came out really well. These things have a lot of power, and that is not a joke. So the best part is this doesn't take batteries, and it just charges. So you can actually, I think you can plug this in if you just plug this into one of those power blocks, and it'll charge up, it'll be fine. And these are very affordable. I think they're $8 or $9, and you go from there. So grab a couple. These would be great stocking stuffers. You just take them out of the box and put them in your stocking. And who doesn't want a little smoothie blender? I think they would be great fun, and it's something interesting and different. Next up, we have these telescopic silicone funnels, and we're going to be using one in just a moment. I've got one that's completely extended here. These are great for filling spice bottles, and they're perfectly dishwasher safe. Once they're clean and dry, they just fold up. So you just pull them open just like that, and then once you're done using them, you just collapse it back down, and it's the perfect thing to fill up your pepper grinder. So what I have over here are these beautiful electric grinders. These are battery operated salt and pepper grinders. So these I thought were really nice, and I don't have any chunky salt, so I chose this one as the salt grinder, and this one is the pepper grinder. Makes sense. And because this one is black. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill this, and I believe this is how you fill it.
Yes.
And I'm going to use this funnel only because I feel like it will make it easier to fill up. Let's see, I don't know how much it's going to take. Don't overfill it. I probably went a little heavy-handed with that. So here's the deal. I'm going to show you. Just lock it in place. Then you can adjust your grind down on the bottom. I've already done that. And then you just turn it on. You push this button right here on the top. There's a button right here. Look how nice that is. Oh, that's really nice. I like that. That's the perfect grind. It's not too big and it's not too small. I really like that. And it has a little light on it. So, I don't know why you need a light to see what you're grinding, but I think that's a little added thing, I suppose. So that's a fun thing. I really like that. So now I have to get some chunky salt. Oh, because, yeah. Yeah, okay. So when you bring the pepper grinder and you ask, Madame, would you like pepper? Okay. Okay, well, there's the answer. There's the answer. And you have, we've used our collapsible funnel, so we'll collapse the funnel and we'll put it in the box. And then we're done with that. Oh yeah, we have 2 more things that we want to show you. So we'll take this away and get rid of our peppercorns here. Okay. All right. This is the one thing that I wanted to talk about that I purchased myself. I have made a few orders from Temu myself because they have things that I wanted to purchase. I've been redecorating a spare bedroom. They had the things that I wanted because they had such a value on them. And then I saw these. My daughters really wanted Stanley Mugs for Christmas, and I bought them the Stanley Mugs that they so desired. And they were $40 a piece. And against my better judgment, I did that because I'm their mom and they're my children. And when you're the mom, you want to give your children what they want. And it was Christmas. So, you know, you want Christmas wishes to come true. So I did that, right? Well, here comes Temu. And guess what? This is a Stanley Mug dupe. And I'm not joking. When you put this side by side next to one of my girls' Stanley Mugs, the only difference is that there isn't a Stanley logo on it. It's exactly the same mug, right down to the handle and the lid and the straw and everything. It's the exact same weight. It looks exactly the same. I mean, they offer very similar colors. The only other difference is the price. The ones I bought for my girls were $40 a piece. The ones I bought from Temu for Rick and I bought this one for myself and I got Rick a black one. They were $11 a piece. In fact, I think that Rick's was 11 and I think mine was 8. They have several different kinds. They have lots of different colors. They have ombre ones. They have tie-dye ones. They have the kind that are like, oh my gosh, galaxy style ones. Like, they have so many different kinds of the Stanley style mugs. And they're the 40-ounce ones that everybody desires. And they run anywhere from $6 all the way up to like $15, but they're not $40. So if you have kids who really love the Stanley Mugs, or maybe you love the Stanley Mugs, why do you need to pay for something that says Stanley on it? Or Yeti? Why do you need that? Answer me that. You know why?
This will keep your ice overnight.
Because I can tell you what, this keeps your ice overnight. That's absolutely correct. And guess what? Stanley's probably buying stuff like this directly from the manufacturer, and when they get them, they're putting their Stanley logo on it. They're putting it in their box, and they're selling it to you for $40. So think about that for a minute. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So this is a value for you, okay? This is like when I was growing up and everybody had to have Jordache jeans or Vanderbilt jeans or whatever jeans. You know, in the 80s, everybody had to have somebody's name on their backside. But my mother wouldn't let me have those jeans. So I grew up understanding that having someone's name on your backside meant that you were paying to advertise for someone's product on your backside. And that's kind of how I grew up. And that's kind of how I raised my kids. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how my girls have grown up. But I will say there is value in good brands. So what I will also say is you get what you pay for. So this is an excellent example of that. These mugs are fantastic. I highly recommend them. And even though that was not something that Temu sent me, I highly recommend you buy those. And I hope that my rep will put the listing for those down there in the description box below. I also apologize for my stuffy nose. There's nothing I can do about that right now. Last but not least is this fabulous beast. This is the ever popular, highly sought after Tortilla Blanket. I don't know if you understand how popular tortilla blankets are right now, but Temu has tortilla blankets. If you have been seeking a tortilla blanket, get thee to Temu. They have them in 3 different sizes. These are kind of light fleece. They're velvety and they're very comfy. They're nice, light summer blanket. You can keep these on your sofa, in your car. Your kids will love them. You can toss them on your bed. Throw them around your shoulders. They're great to have around, like if you're sitting in the air conditioning. They're just enough, you know. Just because it's summer doesn't mean you don't want to have a blanket around you. I know that because, you know, like we go to church and everybody says, oh my gosh, it's so cold in here. But you know what? You still want to be in the air conditioning because honestly, I would rather put a blanket on me than be hot. I'd rather be cold. So these are really great. This is the smallest one they offer. I think it's like $6 or $7. And then they range all the way up to 70-inch. And I also think it makes a fantastic tablecloth for a, I don't know, a taco party. Maybe that will be coming up in the near future. I think that we could use some Temu products and make a fantastic taco party. So maybe you should keep your eyes and ears open for that coming up sometime soon. So that's all I have for you today for Temu. Make sure that if you have never ordered from Temu that you go ahead and you do that. You can look on the screen right here on this beautiful tortilla blanket. Use the code SALE3846 to get 30% off your first order. Use the shopping link in the description box below. And I thank you for having some time with me today so that I could share these fun products with you. I hope that you go to Temu, you check it out, you give it a try, and keep your eyes open. I hope that you enjoyed being with me today as much as I enjoyed sharing with you. And until next time, I'll see you.